Okay, this is not a paracord sling. Yeah, you see paracord here, but this is not a paracord sling. This is a bungee core inside here with paracord wrapped around it. There, enough on that. Here's the bungee factor. This is the reason we put this in. Wasn't for shoulder bounce, okay? There's plenty of that here, but it wasn't for shoulder bounce. It was primarily to be used in the 2-point position, and let's get to that in just a second. The sling will do 1 and 2 points. As you know, I'm hooked up with 2 clip-on connectors. If I want a single point, I simply bite in here, okay? Bite in. You like push buttons. Okay, you're a push button guy. All right, let's talk about that. I am too on occasion. So, should I want to go from 2-point to 1 point, I can do so by coming out of the front hookup, coming in here to a figure that allows me to come from 1 to 2 point and back and forth with a push button without changing connectors. So if you're a push button guy, you might like that. Here's the adjuster. We didn't get to that earlier. This little loop handle, it's your adjuster for size, weight, and length. And it comes into play in a really special way when we hook it up in 2-point again. And I'll get back to the bungee here now. Okay, so this bungee comes into play in the biggest way of benefit, not so much the shoulder bounce, which is going to be there for you for that, but when properly adjusted, this sling not only will hang loose in a 2-point on your chest, but when you have this properly adjusted, and I'll show you how to do that in a second, upon draw, this bungee comes around me and it engages my body. This strap on this side, this strap becomes hard as a rock, and I can actually engage that resistance to give myself a really cool, stable shot. It's going to help me with recoil. Nobody eliminates recoil, but it'll help manage that recoil and reduce that a little bit. Target to target transition. When you're locked in to a piece this way, it very much feels like a tank turret. Truly and honestly, it becomes one of your upper body. You become one with the weapon. Okay, a brief intro on the Master Gunner sling. The Master Gunner has 2 points and 1 point ability. Note the ability to change connectors, popping out your connector of choice for the alternative push button. 2 of these, 2 of these. As far as which one you're going to use, it's going to be based on what the weapon tells you to mount. The sling will do 1 and 2 point capability, but particularly with the push button, it will come in and get you into that receiver right here for your 1 point. As far as the adjuster, this is your adjuster tab right here for size and length and overall use. That's the Master Gunner sling. The Chaos Sling, a 1 and 2 point sling in the Survivor Sling series. Its connections are simple. Comes with this clip connector on it. The shooter could easily take that off and put on any connector they want. Or if they're akin to do so, no connector at all, and there's plenty of strap here to hard strap into the weapon. And that is equal at both ends. There's the other end. This is the adjuster for size and length. Pretty simple. And inside here is the bungee core. Now keep in mind, this looks like a paracord sling. It is a bungee core sling wrapped in paracord, and this is not a consumable item. Should that paracord come off of the sling for any emergency, the bungee that's inside of it keeps the sling intact. So, emergency use, and you've still got a sling. It's Chaos. Okay, what we have here is a different drummer 3-point. Yeah, it's a 3-point sling, the least common sling out there, and just some weapons and some shooters gravitate toward the 3-point concept. We too make a 3-point sling, so it bears a little different explanation. And as you can see, what makes it a 3 is this intermediate strap right through here that allows it to get different sizes and functions. Here, all the way out, I'm pretty much similar to a 2-point hookup. And with this little adjuster tab right here, I can zip that up and get a simulated 1-point, or anywhere in between, should I so want to. This is the overall size adjuster for length and girth or growth. Pretty much a one-time adjustment, and you're just using this baby here almost all the time. Remember, we talked about the bungee. We didn't put the bungee inside of this sling for shoulder comfort. It was for shooting and full draw support. Though it rides nice and high and tight on me right now, when I bring this up, the straps around me engage my body and actually give me something to resist against versus having to fully support the weapon. Right now, this weapon is being held into my shoulder by the strap, allowing the rest of this hand to focus more on stability. It's going to help manage recoil. Nobody eliminates recoil. It's going to help with target transition and make the upper body feel like a tank turret. The different drummer 3-point.